Good Tuesday morning, everybody, on this July 18th. Chris Allen on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Well, some thunderstorms were around yesterday, not for everybody. And we have some thunderstorms that are out there this morning. And again, not for everybody. Here's a look at the radar as of just after 5 a.m. on this Tuesday morning, and we do have some showers and thunderstorms. In fact, they keep developing a little bit closer to the Bowling Green area, and some of these are producing some pretty decent downpours, like up around Mammoth Cave, just south of Litchfield, as you travel through Grayson Springs, and then over into Hart County, just west of Munfordville, stretching all the way down to Glasgow and the Cave City area. Then you've got this one shower that's just northeast of Morgantown that's raining itself out. Uh, we're going to continue to see this sort of development as we go through the morning and then again this afternoon. Now, yesterday afternoon, we didn't have quite as much in the way of redevelopment as we thought we would. The energy was taken by some other complexes away from us, so we didn't get that big second round or second wave of activity like we thought we would. But today is going to be much like yesterday in that we still have that chance of seeing more developing thunderstorms into the afternoon and evening. Any of those could produce some gusty winds and some heavy downpours and lightning and things like that. I'll show you the severe weather threat in just a second. Right now, let's take a look at Kentucky mesonet temperatures on this Tuesday morning, and we're starting out muggy. Muggy again. Look at these 60s, upper 60s, low 70s down in the southern tip of Kentucky, right where we are. So a little bit less humid and a little cooler east, while it's still muggy and quite warm in the central and western parts of Kentucky this morning. As we get into the day, it is going to certainly be a little muggier, and that chance of showers is going to continue to linger. Here's a look at the 10-day blender. We'll go 88 for today, and that's exactly where we landed yesterday for a high temperature at the Bowling Green Airport. 90 is the average, so we were just 2 degrees shy of the average. At the airport, they only picked up 1/100th of an inch of rain. That's just a piddly little drop in the bucket. For the year to date, how are we pacing? 2.5 inches behind. Not bad. We've done a lot of catching up from a couple of months ago when we were, over 5 inches behind on rainfall. So we've done a lot of catching up with these different waves of rain that have come through, but we're sitting at a pretty good spot at the moment. If we don't cut off the waterworks, then we're going to be okay. And there's going to be more water to come, more rain, more thunderstorms to come over the next several days. So we'll keep it upper 80s, close to 90 over the next several days. A little bit cooler by Saturday, and that's because a cold front will push through and cool us down into the low 80s. And then we head right back up into the mid and upper 80s to low 90s for next week, which will be the end of July, the end of next week, and the week following the end of July. Mm-hmm. August is around the corner. Let's take a look at the model map so I can show you how it parses out all of these impulses and the shower and thunderstorm chances. Here's the one that's coming through this morning. Just, and again, when you look at these model maps, you have to take it with some discernment that not every storm is going to be exactly placed in the way that you just saw it on the radar. It could be skewed by a few, maybe 100 miles or 50 miles. The intensity could be skewed a little bit, maybe not as intense as the models show. with these kind of systems, as I've explained here before, it's very hard to pin down exactly where and when these things are going to materialize. But we've got one complex, or at least just pieces of a complex, rolling through this morning. So this is a close to accurate representation of what's happening at the moment. Now, you'll see some of this begin to break apart as we go through the morning. Of course, we're keeping our eye on this next impulse. Will it stay together or will it fall apart? This is as we get on into the midday and then into the afternoon and evening hours. You notice here that it hits some already worked over atmosphere, like what's happening this morning with the pop up showers and thunderstorms. So some of that energy has already been spent. And so by the time it gets here, it looks like it's going to be much weaker or may not even happen at all, like yesterday. So that's a possibility as well. But I'm going to keep a chance of showers about a 40% coverage today, but up it to about 70% tonight, because we will have this next impulse. Now, you see one departing here, and then here comes the next one. So these things just keep coming this way in the upper flow. And I think tonight we could have some, stronger thunderstorms, heavier rain. These are not really the kind of storms that produce what we know as, or determine or define as, severe weather. I mean, there could be a few of these that do that, but most of what is going to come through is just heavy rain producers. And here we're talking about 10Z. This is going to be overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning. So as you go into the beginning of Wednesday, we'll have those storms, and then everything shuts off for a little bit. As we get on into Wednesday afternoon and Thursday, more rinse and repeat weather. There comes another complex. And as you can see, this one tries to go a little bit further north and east. Whether that actually happens or not remains to be seen. So again, it's not necessarily about where this map shows the exact placement of the storms. It's about the storms, or the chances there, and you may get hit even though it doesn't show your exact location getting hit. These things can be off by a few miles, but don't let your guard down. These things are going to produce some heavy rain, lightning, gusty winds, and that's just going to keep happening over and over as we go through the rest of the week, and even a little bit as we head into the weekend. But the weekend is showing some signs of promise here of maybe some quieter weather, which I'll show you in just a minute. How about the severe weather threat? Well, yesterday we were in that level 2 yellow slight risk. Today, it's skewed a little bit further west, but again, we were painted in yesterday and we had no severe weather. So the clouds, there were just enough clouds between yesterday morning's activity and what tried to pop up yesterday afternoon that it kept the severe weather threat down. I can't guarantee that that's going to happen today. This could be one of those situations where we get just enough, and none of us know how much, but just enough sun energy to fire things up and have these storms become more active. So never let your guard down on this stuff. It's either going to be level 1 green marginal or level 2 yellow slight risk, depending on where you are. But again, Mother Nature doesn't follow straight lines or even curvy lines. It's just kind of there. Wherever it wants to be is where these things are going to develop. So please heed these words of caution, because if you get underneath one of these thunderstorms that's packing wind, could produce some hail, very heavy rainfall that could produce flooding. The lightning is incredible. You get underneath one of those and you're in a bad situation. So don't count on things happening like they did yesterday when nothing developed really in the afternoon, not much of anything. That could happen again today, or it may go the other way. That's why I'm saying always be prepared in these situations with the weather being as fickle as it is right now. Okay, here's a look at the 7-day map to take you into the weekend and the beginning of next week. Here we have the front to the north coming in and trying to push through, but it's going to get caught up here sandwiched between high pressure to the north and to the south. And then waves of low pressure are going to ride along that track. And as that happens, it just starts to hang everything up. See, it starts to go stationary, and it's going to do that wobbling back and forth as it just sits here into this afternoon and tonight. Here comes another. This is that dark green area showing that potential complex of thunderstorms coming in. Mesoscale convective system, MCS is the technical term for it. It could hold together as we get into tonight and early Wednesday. We've been talking about this for a couple of days now. If it holds together, look out. Wind-driven storms, possible even overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning. And there you see it parked over the area as the front, right over the area. So here's tomorrow midday, the front stalling out. We get into Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, Thursday, still wobbly front. Here comes more low pressure impulses riding along that front, making it wobble, but not moving much. And because of that, we're going to keep the rain in the forecast and the unsettled weather into Thursday. And there you see it finally retreating further north as more of a warm front as a low carries it off into the Great Lakes. But that front's going to come back. It's going to come back. So here we go into Friday, and there it comes. Boom. Right back down into the Tennessee Valley. Here comes a secondary front out of Canada. We get into Saturday. Showers finally starting to move out of the area. As the front moves south, Saturday, things will start to improve. In the weekend, we're going to start to see things clearing out. We bring back some sunshine and even some lower humidity as we get into Sunday and Monday. Look at there. Nice big high pressure takes over. It's going to feel pretty good once we get into the latter half of the weekend and the beginning of next week. So we just got to hang in there, and then highs will be just in the mid 80s. So that's much better. Again, yesterday's high 88, the average 90. We were 2 degrees shy of that. And today we're looking at mid to upper 80s. Depends on how much rain begins to come in. The better chance of rain coming this evening with that complex of thunderstorms that's going to roll in from our northwest. That will have to be watched overnight into early tomorrow morning. And of course, I'll be watching that as well. Also, watch out for maybe some areas of patchy fog this morning and that haze and that smoke still in the air. Ugh, I'm ready for fall. Bring it on. In the meantime, I'm headed to the radio station, Sam 100.7, for the morning show, 6 to 10. I hope you'll join me for that, and God bless you. Thank you for watching, as always. Appreciate you very much, and I will see you on the radio.